Hello, YouTube. How's it going? It is the Kirby Jones here. I had not planned on recording a video until my 4-year surgiversary, which is coming up December 21st, 2016. I will be 4 years out on that date. It's been a few months since I was here. I think I was last here October or September. It's been a minute. But I decided to hop on today because I had a little rant brewing, and I figured the best way to get it off my chest is to record myself and then just let it go. So here we go. So a lot of people know that I spend a lot of time in spaces where there happen to be a lot of new sleevers: Instagram, Tumblr, a little bit of Facebook, not so much Facebook. Facebook is like my actual people I know day in and day out, family. Bariatric Pal, not so much Twitter or anything, but I spend a lot of time in those spaces because I feel like new sleevers need to hear from people who have been where they are. My rule was always, I don't take advice from anyone who hasn't been out as long as I have, and I don't give advice to people who are further out than I am, unless it's something like, "Hey, this happens to me. Does this happen to you?" Like commiserating, comparing experiences. That I feel okay to comment on, but straight up advice giving to someone that is farther out from me, I try not to, simply because I know my attitude toward it. Um, I want to hear from people who are further out. So I try to pop in and answer questions, and I feel like people feel not more comfortable, but they're more likely to take advice from someone who's been there. Two things I'm seeing a lot, and it's kind of getting on my nerves. And I guess I don't mean to say this in a I know everything and I'm 4 years out, so everybody needs to listen to me. I'm saying this in a you know what you're doing, get your stuff together way. Two things I'm seeing a lot of is people posting videos talking about regretting having surgery. Um, Granted, if you did any research prior to your surgery, you know it's tough. The first 8 weeks are tough. There's not a whole lot of food going in. There's a lot of adjustment, especially if you didn't have a pre-op diet. Um, there's a lot of emotion, and there's just so much going on, so many big huge changes, so much, even if you researched it to the nth degree, you still feel like you don't know what the heck you're doing. um, the first few weeks, a lot of people have issues. It's a huge adjustment, and I just feel like if you're a month out and you regret having surgery, give it a minute, because you're really not even experiencing anything yet. Let your sleeve heal. Thought I had a hair. Let your sleeve heal, let your body adjust, let your life catch up to all the new things that are going on and all the stuff that's happening, and the protein grams you have to count and the ounces of water you have to sip, 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 don't gulp because that hurts. All the new rules you have to learn, all the do this, don't do that, eat this, don't eat that. I know you can't eat, but try to eat kind of stuff. Give it a minute. Now, regret is an emotion, and it's valid because you feel it. So I don't want to poo-poo people's emotion and real expression of feelings in real time. But people who have had complications around month 4, month 6, month 9, a year out, they iron out usually, and it turns out to be a good experience. So I'm just seeing a lot of people regretting having surgery, and I'm just wondering, were they aware of how this goes? Because, and you can set your expectations up high, and then I did it too. I did a lot of research. I know a lot of people that had weight loss surgery. I knew how it went from start to finish, and yet when I had my surgery, I was like, what is going on? It's crazy. It's crazy. So give it a minute. From someone who's 4 years out, I talk to a lot of patients. I know a lot of people. There are very few people that don't overcome complications in the first couple of months. And I don't even mean complications, I mean just issues adjusting. Um, let it settle. You won't regret it. Hopefully. I hope. Any hoozle. Second thing I'm seeing is patients posting about eating foods that are nowhere near the bariatric nutrition plan, and also moaning about not losing weight. Now, you're free to moan all day long about not losing weight, really. I mean, I'm not giving anybody any permission to do anything. I'm just saying. If you're going to moan about not losing weight, might not want to post all that off-plan stuff you're eating all day. So when someone comes to me and says, I'm X months out, for example, if you're more than a year out and you are having issues because you're not losing, I'm going to ask you certain questions. For example, in the last 48 hours, what have you eaten? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. Just lay it out for me. What have you eaten? And what do you think the protein count is in what you ate? And what do you think the carb count is in what you ate? And how much sugar you think was in there? And how many ounces of water have you drank? And how many minutes of exercise have you logged? The answers to those questions will lead you to the answers to your problem. I'm not saying it's all as simple as that. That's just like somebody saying, it's food in, food out, and put down the fork, and weight loss is easy. Weight loss via weight loss surgery is not easy. It is not. It is hard to look at a plate full of food and want to eat every last morsel and know that you can't. We just had Thanksgiving a week ago. It is hard to look at a table full of goodness and want a bite of everything, knowing good and god dang well you're not going to get past 4 or 5 bites. You're going to make yourself a little plate and munch, 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 and then an hour later you're going to come back and munch, munch, munch. You're not going to sit down and like you used to, like I used to, pile it up, go back for seconds, wait an hour, go back for thirds. It's hard. It's difficult. And the hard thing about losing weight via weight loss surgery is you can't really quit. You can't get the rest of your stomach back. You can't reroute your intestines. You can't pull that lap band out when you feel like you want to eat more. You have to stick on it. And the way that people rebel is they start eating things they know they shouldn't eat. If I ask you, what did you have for breakfast yesterday? And you start off with, well, I had some cereal. I had a muffin. I had a Rice Krispie treat. Do you not already know what your problem is? Because I bet if I ask you for lunch, it's going to sound something like pizza or, I don't know, some other variation of things that aren't on your plan. This sounds preachy, and I apologize, but I'm sitting and I'm scrolling through these sites, and I am just, I see this stuff, and it builds and it builds and it builds, and I just want to shake people by the shoulders and be like, what are you doing? Where's the protein in a bowl of Rice Krispies? In the milk? There's 12 grams of sugar in regular milk. In whatever you had for lunch, where was the protein? Lunch, dinner, whatever your biggest meal is, how many grams of protein are you eating a day? How much sugar are you eating a day? How many carbs are you ingesting a day? If you don't know, you need to start counting. You need to start writing stuff down. Do back of the envelope math. It doesn't even matter as long as you're writing it down and you're aware of it. Don't be on the internet seeking sympathy for not losing weight when you are visibly not following rules. Especially if you are more than 6 months out, I want to reach through the computer and I want to choke you. Early. Because you know better. If you are more than a year out, I know you know better. I know you know better. I know you know that I know you know better. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. I am so tired of the whining. The whining. What are you doing about it? You can give yourself a certain amount of time to be upset about not losing weight for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. After a certain amount of time, you got to do something. If you're on track with everything, 60 grams of protein a day, 64 ounces of water, getting in your produce so that you're keeping your system running, getting your exercise in, and you have been at the same weight and the same size for an extended amount of time, it is time for you to reach out for some professional help. Maybe you need to shake some things up. Maybe you need to add some carbs. Maybe you need to lose some carbs. Maybe you need to start tracking what you're eating again and figuring out what's sneaking into your diet. Maybe there's something biologically going on. It took me forever to realize that I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. And that means that I have very slow loss. I am insulin resistant. Insulin resistant. And for me, even after surgery, I lost slow. It took me 6 months to lose 30 pounds. There were people dropping weight like it was a piece of paper. It took me 6 months to lose 30 pounds. I just hit 4 years out and I'm still losing. That's how slow I've lost. I'm still losing at 4 years out. I told my mom that the other day. That's how slow I've lost. I'm still losing. So for a long time, I was asking people, so is this normal? Because I feel like I'm losing really slow. And people were like, stop cheating and exercise. And I wasn't cheating. And I was exercising. And this is the same thing I was going through before I had surgery. So why would I spend $8,000 and have 80% of my stomach cut away to still not lose weight? What is going on? So I had to start digging into it and I had to start researching it. And maybe you need to start researching if you really think there is something going on. Because I would work, and protein for 3 weeks. And then the week of my cycle, lose like 4 pounds. And then nothing for 3 weeks. And the week of my cycle, lose 5 pounds. And then nothing for 3 weeks. And the week of my cycle, 6 pounds. I'm like, what the heck? This is what happens when you have polycystic ovarian syndrome. And once I figured that out, I could figure that into my whole weight loss plan. So for those 3 weeks, I worked my butt off. Walk. Protein. Water. Stack it up. Whoops. Wow, I got a little too excited there. Stack it up. So then when my cycle came, ciao, I was losing it. And I lost inches like gangbusters. Maybe the scale weight wasn't coming off, but those inches, them inches, baby, they was coming off. I don't mean to record like a whole long video. I'm just saying. If you are seeking support, you have to advocate for yourself first. Put yourself in a good position. Put yourself in the position to win. This is the game. No, it's not fun. It is not fun to eat a chicken leg, a baked chicken leg, and some green beans for dinner instead of pizza. It's not. This is the game. For a year, 18 months, 2 years, for some people 2.5, 3 years, this is the game. You have had 30, 27, 40, 39, 46 years to eat whatever you want all the time. Now it's your time. This is the game. This is the job. This is the 24/7, 365 work. Protein, produce, water, move your butt. Those are just the basics. If you're doing all that and you still have an issue, then you need to reach out for help. But if you're not doing that, shut your face up. Shut it. Now, I can't make nobody do nothing. You can sit online all day, actually, and film yourself eating an ice cream sandwich and whining about not losing weight, and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm just saying. If you want someone who is years out to actually give you meaningful advice on how to keep the weight loss going, you have to do your part. It makes me feel, when I see this, it makes me feel like people think weight loss surgery is magic. R&Y is not magic. Whoo, it's not. It's not magic. The sleeve, definitely not magic. The lat band, no magic. Duodenal switch, not magic. All of the bypass over, band over bypass and all of the other modifications, not magic. The $8,000, the $8,900 that I paid for my surgeon to give me my sleeve, definitely not magic. There's nothing magic about that money coming out of my bank account every month. You have to do your part. You have to do the work. You have to commit to the goal, however long it takes. So you're a year out and you're not at goal. Child, work harder. Push it. Work it. Do the work. Because you cannot quit until you are done. Actually, you can. You can just stuff yourself with whatever you want to eat, whatever you was eating before, because sure, that worked. Me eating like a quarter pounder with cheese with supersized fries and a extra large Diet Coke and an apple pie, that really worked well in taking off my weight. So I should just keep doing that, right? No. This is the work. It takes dedication. It's a total mind game. It's rough on the mind. It's really, really rough on the mind. Because your body is doing all sorts of stuff and you can't really tell what it's doing. It's really doing things. It really is. But you can't tell. You can't feel it and you can't see it. And then one day you wake up and you've lost 3 pounds. And you're like, huh? What? I don't know. I gave up trying to predict it. I don't set goals because I don't know when the heck I'm going to hit that because my body does what it does. But I do my part. I'm protein heavy. I get in my water. I try to move my tail when I can. Get lots of sleep. Keep my system moving. I do my part. All I'm saying is do your part. I understand I need to emote and I need to get this out, and that's totally why people put that stuff on social media, but I see people calling it accountability. Just being accountable. I ate like 3 pieces of cake. That's not. I don't think that's accountability. I think that's just you talking and you not looking at yourself and saying, no, I'm actually not going to eat 3 pieces of cake. And not saying I don't have these conversations with myself, because I do every time I go to the grocery store. Ooh, cake. No, you don't need cake. Just go over there. Go over there to the chicken for what you came in here for. Get that chicken. Get out of here. Get. How long you think you're going to be wearing size 6s eating cake? I swear to God. This is me talking to myself. So you are not alone. I'm just saying. I'm 4 years out. Every time I go to Publix, I go look at the cake. Now. It's pretty. That's it. Bye-bye. Bye to the cake. I'm just saying. And I know a lot of people have this frustration. I'm going to say it for everyone who's going to be like, me too, girl. And if you feel the need to reply with, defense, save it. Save it. Zip it. Go count your protein. Go count your carbs. Go count your sugar. Go count your water. Go count your exercise minutes. And if everything's in sync and something is still not working, you need to speak to a professional. Call your surgeon, call your nutrition team, call your nurse, call somebody who is further out than you. But be actively working toward your own goal. It's not magic. It's actually 100% you with like 5% extra help because you just can't eat a ton of food. That's my whole rant. I don't even know if I'm going to post this thing, but I had to get it out because it's driving me out of my mind. Like, it really bothered me the entire way home. Phew, just had some things to talk about. So that's it. I will see you guys in a couple of weeks on December 21st for my 4-year surgiversary. Everything's super fantastic over here, though. I will have great news, actually, when I do make that video. So sorry you have to wait, but I wanna announce it on my surgiversary. So it's not anything really exciting, but whatever. Something might actually happen. And then I won't have anything to announce, but whatever. I don't even know what I'm talking about now. I gotta go. I'm hungry.